Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody?
All the damn time. I'm sick and tired of them acting like everybody's talking bleep about them.
LeBron James is no stranger to headlines, but this time, it's not about what he did on the court. It's about what he said off of it. In a post-game interview, LeBron took aim at NBA analysts, accusing them of creating a toxic environment around the game and unfairly targeting players like him. But here's the real question. Is LeBron actually being treated unfairly, or does he just hate being held accountable? Because if we're going strictly off his latest game against the Clippers, the numbers don't lie. He wasn't the best player on the floor. The Lakers pulled off a 108-102 victory, but it wasn't LeBron leading the charge. Instead, it was Luka Dončić who carried the team with 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. LeBron? He finished with just 17 points, far from the dominant performances we're used to seeing. Yet, despite this, LeBron's chase-down block became the game's biggest talking point, overshadowing the fact that he struggled offensively. This is exactly why fans and analysts are pushing back against LeBron's complaints. If he truly believes he's above criticism, shouldn't his performances back that up? LeBron has built his brand around being the face of the NBA, but being the face of the league means you get talked about, good or bad. Jordan got criticized. Kobe got criticized. Even Steph Curry, after dropping 56 points the same night, didn't get nearly as much media attention as LeBron's comments did. So, is LeBron truly being unfairly scrutinized, or does he just want all of the attention but none of the accountability? The conversation around LeBron's unfair treatment becomes even more questionable when you compare how the media treats other stars.
I mean, Channing Frye said it the other day, too, it's unfortunate, but, I don't know.
While LeBron's struggles were ignored in favor of highlighting his chase-down block, Luka Dončić, despite dropping 29 points, was being criticized for his recent shooting slump. Yes, Luka's shooting percentages have dipped. 37% field goal, 22% from 3 in his last 6 games. But why is it that one player gets nitpicked for every missed shot, while the other is protected from real criticism? If LeBron is still the biggest star in the NBA, as his fans claim, then why is the media handling him differently? Instead of discussing his inefficient scoring and declining defensive presence, analysts like Gilbert Arenas and JJ Redick focused on how much negativity LeBron supposedly faces.
When you introduced a superstar or the stars of the league, it was all positive. When you think about the Magic, the Jordan, the Hakeem, the Drexler, the Shaquille O'Neal, you pushed their greatness. You didn't talk about the negative parts of their game.
When in reality, he is still treated as the NBA's golden child. The double standard is glaring.
Probably after Michael Jordan, no one has ever given more adulation in the history of the sport than LeBron. Yeah. So of course he's been appreciated, and we still appreciate him, absolutely. We're so happy that he's been able to play 22 years.
When young stars like Luka, Giannis, or even Jason Tatum have off nights, their mistakes are dissected. But when LeBron struggles, the media finds a way to change the conversation. This bias creates a false perception that LeBron is some kind of victim, when in reality, he benefits more from media protection than almost any athlete in NBA history. If the same media that made him a billionaire is now asking valid questions about his performance, shouldn't he just accept it the way every other all-time great has? Instead, he's trying to shift the focus off of his declining play and onto a narrative that makes him look like the victim. But the truth is, he's not a victim. He's just no longer the most dominant force on the court. And that's something he clearly doesn't want to accept. When StephenASmith speaks, the sports world listens. And this time, he wasn't holding back. Instead of discussing Steph Curry's 56-point explosion or the fact that Luka Dončić carried the Lakers to victory over the Clippers, Stephen A was forced to address LeBron James's latest media outburst. And the irony? LeBron accused analysts of ruining the game.
You know something? I was looking forward to today. And you know why I was looking forward to today? Because Steph Curry last night, Joe, 56 points. We were supposed to be celebrating that. That's what we were going to lead the show with. Until LeBron James opened his mouth and said some stuff that, quite frankly, I didn't like.
Yet he's the one hijacking the conversation. Stephen A called out LeBron for making everything about himself, saying that instead of focusing on great performances happening across the league, sports media was once again stuck debating LeBron's feelings about the press. This isn't new. LeBron has a habit of shifting the spotlight back to himself, even when other players are outshining him. Luka dropped 29 points in a much-needed win. Steph put on an all-time shooting clinic, and yet the headlines were all about LeBron being mistreated. This isn't just frustrating for fans. It's damaging to the league. Younger stars like Luka, Giannis, and Wemby should be getting the attention for their game. But instead, the focus stays on whether LeBron is happy with the media. Stephen A. made one thing clear. If LeBron wants to be respected as the face of the league, he needs to act like it and stop trying to control the NBA narrative. LeBron James is a billion-dollar brand. He has secured massive endorsements, max contracts, and generational wealth, all thanks to the constant media attention he now complains about.
This dude, it's hypocritical. Not just because of how he came into the league, not just because of what he piggybacked off of. It's also because after he profited from it all, then you're complaining about it.
Yet, when he plays poorly, he expects that same media to stay silent. In the Lakers' 108-102 win over the Clippers, LeBron put up just 17 points, while Luka Dončić did the heavy lifting with 29 points and 9 assists. But instead of accepting that his prime dominance is fading, LeBron wants to rewrite the rules of accountability. When Kobe had a bad game, he faced harsh criticism. When Jordan struggled, he never ran from it. But LeBron wants the money, the influence, and the spotlight, without the responsibility that comes with it. This is where the hypocrisy becomes impossible to ignore. LeBron has built his empire on media coverage, yet he expects the press to only highlight his best moments and ignore his flaws. The truth is, if LeBron truly believed he was unfairly criticized, he wouldn't be trying to control the conversation. He'd be proving them wrong on the court. But instead of responding with an elite performance, LeBron chose to call out analysts like Stephen A., Michael Wilbon, and others, claiming they are responsible for the negativity in the NBA. The reality? The only thing ruining the game is LeBron's obsession with controlling his own narrative. Instead of elevating the next generation of stars, he's stuck defending his own legacy. LeBron James has made more money than any player in NBA history, earning billions through contracts, endorsements, and media deals. The reason? He's been the face of the league for nearly 2 decades. Yet, despite all the perks that come with that status, he now complains about the very media machine that made him a global icon. This season alone, LeBron has had games where he looked completely disengaged, yet no one in mainstream media dares to question his effort. Take his last game against the Clippers. He put up just 17 points, while Luka Dončić carried the team with 29 points, 9 assists, and key plays down the stretch. But instead of discussing his underwhelming offensive performance, the media focused on his one chase-down block, turning a minor highlight into the defining moment of the game. So let's ask the real question. If LeBron wants to be treated like an all-time great, shouldn't he be held to the same standard as Jordan, Kobe, or even Steph? Those legends took every ounce of criticism, used it as fuel, and proved doubters wrong through their play. LeBron, on the other hand, wants all the money, all the power, and all the recognition, but none of the accountability. If a player is making $50 million per year, shouldn't we be allowed to ask if he's actually playing up to that level? The reality is, LeBron's empire was built on media attention. He's spent his career carefully controlling his image, even using platforms like The Shop and Uninterrupted to push his own narrative. But now that some analysts are starting to question him, he suddenly wants to silence them. The truth is, you can't have it both ways. You either accept the spotlight or you step aside. While the media goes easy on LeBron, former NBA players like JJ Redick are starting to call it how they see it. Redick, who has played alongside some of the greatest talents in the game, recently made a bold statement. Luka Dončić, not LeBron, is the real engine behind this Lakers team. Redick pointed out that Luka was the one carrying the offense, drawing multiple defenders, and making the right plays down the stretch. Despite 6 turnovers, Luka's impact was undeniable. He set the pace, controlled the flow of the game, and created easy scoring opportunities for his teammates. LeBron, meanwhile, had just 17 points, wasn't aggressive in key moments, and didn't dictate the game the way he used to. So the question has to be asked, is LeBron actually holding the Lakers back? For years, the narrative was that he could carry any team to success. But now, it's clear that the Lakers are at their best when Luka is the primary playmaker.